Hey everyone, I hope you are having a great Saturday. We are just running crazy. Like it has been a nutty last few months with, and I really don't even know what we're doing. Like we've just got so much going on. It's just crazy. But I have, in this process of the last few months, I have started doing some new things with our health. A couple of my little people have had some issues going on with their gut and with different health things. And so we've just really been, and I guess that's where a lot of our time has been spent, like just really focusing on them and getting them to feeling better and getting our bodies back to where it needs to be in a place of wellness. And like we really haven't been, like it's not colds and it's not flu and it's not any kind of real sick, but it's not feeling our best, having aches and pains and these weird things that just go on that you don't even realize. And sometimes you just take for granted because you think, oh, well, I'm tired, or I just don't feel good today, or whatever, or oh, my back hurts, or oh, my head hurts. But when you start really looking, you see this pattern and you see how things are just moving in this direction. It's probably not the best. So over the last few months, we really have backed up, and we've totally taken this whole world of eating to a whole different level. Like it is absolutely insane. But through this, we have learned so much, and I've learned how to take care of our bodies in a different way, and not only to be clean in the things that we're putting on our bodies every day, like taking a shower and washing our hair, and the things we put into our bodies, like when we're taking medications or not taking medications. All of these things really add up, and they really wreak havoc on our liver, and it wreaks havoc on our body in so many different ways, and we have to really pay attention to those things. And so we really began to start this whole other journey of cleaning up our food and what that is going to do for ourselves. And I cannot tell you the difference that it has totally made in how we feel. And taking these things away and then adding things back and seeing the things that are really causing us problems, things that our bodies in particular, and everyone's different. It's not the same thing for everybody, which is making it even more difficult. When you have a family of 8 and you've got different people with different issues, it really is tiring. So you're trying to cook and you're trying to make things work for everybody, and it's just almost impossible. And so this has been a very huge trial and error. But I want to share with you some of the things that we have learned and some of the things that we do know. I mean, like a lot of times we know things, but we just don't always really pay attention. Like I've known these things, but it's like, well, that's not really us. Or I'm just so tired, I don't feel like having to go there. I don't feel like having to make this weird change. And that's really going to impact how we go out to eat, or if we go out to eat, or what we're going to do every day. Just every aspect of our lives has changed. And so I've really put this off for a very long time because I knew it was going to be such a huge change. But I want to share with you some of the things that I have learned and some of the things that we have changed, and just kind of help you to understand where we've come from and where we're at, which is huge. So I'm going to read you just a little excerpt of a thing on the gut. I'm convinced that the single most important thing you can do in your journey of living clean is to protect your gut. At best, it can mean a significantly better quality of life. At the very least, it can literally be the difference between life or death for you. If you had asked me about this importance of the gut health 9 years ago, I would have given you the answer, well, I can't be perfect. I don't like to eat rice cakes. I don't want it if it doesn't taste good. I can't live in an organic bubble. And avoiding exposure to poisons, really, you can't really do that. Everything's going to kill me at some point. There's too much to learn. I don't have time. I'm overwhelmed as it is. If it hasn't killed me by now, I'm sure I'll be fine. Well, here's the question that we really need to ask. No one wants to hear the answer to this particular question, And we really don't want to ask this to of ourselves most of the time, but are you really fine? Are you really fine? I want to define what fine is. Is it waking up every day with stiff and sore muscles and an aching back? Is it chronic pain? Is it daily or weekly headaches? Is it weight that will not go off of you at all? No matter how many times you diet or what kind of diet you're on, it just seems like it's a never-ending battle. Do you sleep completely through the night? Are you constipated? Do you battle anxiety or depression? What about anything with your brain, like a migraine, dyslexia, ADHD? So many kids are dealing with this now. Is your gut distended? Do you have inflammation? Do you have food allergies or IBS? Do you have skin issues like acne, eczema, or psoriasis? What about candida overgrowth? How well do you handle stress? How are your hormones? How's your libido? What about energy levels? All of these things are affected by our gut, by that one simple thing. Every single one of these ailments, all back to the gut. Your cells are literally made up of what you put in your mouth on a daily basis. If you ate sugary cereal this morning, it's already in your cells. 90% of sickness and disease starts in the gut. If you begin your work there, you have a 9 out of 10 shot that you're starting in the right place. It's not fixed by cutting one food. It's not fixed by a diet that you just do for a few months. It's not fixed by cutting your carbs. It's not fixed by cutting McDonald's or visits one time a week. It's not cutting Starbucks coffee from your regiment. It took a lot of work to get where you're at, and it's going to take a lot of work to get out of it and to change what you're doing. It's going to be a process to reverse all the damage that's done. The good news is that God designed our bodies to heal itself, which is totally amazing, which we will get into. If we stop damaging it, it will stop and make the repairs that it needs to make it healthy again. Simply by cutting some foods out, adding some foods in, supplementing where we need to supplement, and doing things so that you're absorbing the right kind of food and the right kind of nutrients, all this can make a difference. You can have a better life over the next 10 years than you have in the last 10. But you must choose for yourself. It means commitment. It means discipline. Both of those are very difficult. I know. And if you are not in a place to hear the hard things and to be able to really pay attention right now to make these decisions, then it means that you are going to have to come back later. You know, when you are in that place where you think, okay, I can't deal with it anymore, I've got to do this. Come back. When your heart's ready, come back. Your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. You have been given a stewardship to protect your body. Even more importantly, you cannot do what you're called and created to do when your health is suppressed. That is why health is so terribly important. It has the ability to mute your purpose. That has been me for a while. You're at a fork in the road, but you have the wisdom to move. You see, there is something that came in your first box of oils, if you have oils. If you don't, there is a plethora of things out there that will totally help to change how you feel and put good things into your bodies. But there are different physical things that you can do. There's things like discernment. God put a certain thing into your life, into your heart, that you may not even, like, you suppress for a long time, and you kind of squish it down because you don't want to have to hear certain things We naturally know certain things to do, but we don't always listen to that little small voice. Labels are going to start to bother you when you really start paying attention. When you start really thinking about this, the labels are going to begin to bother you. If you're making a decision on which food to eat, you're going to start noticing this food does not make me feel good. This food would probably be a better choice. You're going to start paying attention. If you make more bad decisions than good ones, you will not feel well. If you make a good choice and keep the bad ones in moderation, then you're going to feel much better. You have to decide how good you want to feel. What kind of changes do you want to make? I'll tell you what I tell every person in all the oils classes that I've taught. You cannot use an oil for a Band-Aid. It is not a Band-Aid. It is a lifestyle decision. It is totally taking everything, swapping it around, like all of what the world has told us for so long, swapping that around and getting serious with yourself and with your body. And one oil, I mean, I have so many people that say, oh, well, I just want lemon. Lemon is a detox, correct? Yes, let's go with lemon. Lemon is, yes, but if you're not doing any other steps that's going to make a difference in your life, that one lemon bottle is not going to do you any good. You've got to make the decision to make healthier choices. Eating fast food 6 days a week and then using peppermint topically does not fix the root of an issue. If you're looking for a fast and easy, you are in the wrong place. Fast and easy does not heal you. My goal is total repair. That's not a masked feeling that fades away, but a lifelong health. For you to want to fight for yourself, you must get to a point where your health is so poor that you can no longer ignore the lifestyle decisions like sugar binging, processed foods, eating out, poor food choices. When you are too sick to look anywhere but up, then you're ready to dig in your heels and to get into your gut and make the repairs that will last. And then you're looking at a future that's going to be better than your past. And you're going to need a telescope to see where you have gone to. This is one thing that I have come to this place years ago, probably, I guess 8 years ago now. Joshua's baby, he's 8, he's almost 9. So almost 9 years ago, I came to this place where I was miserable and I was so sick. And my stomach hurt all the time. I did not feel good. I could not get in and out of the floor. I was 200 pounds. I felt miserable. I was miserable all the time. I was depressed. I felt like there was nothing about me that I felt was redeemable at all. It was terrible. And I just finally made the decision that I need to do something for my health. So it began this journey of like totally taking food away. And I started the Atkins diet, which was great at the time. As we went through this process and as I went through and pulled food away and started all over and just totally started from scratch, I realized that there were a lot of things I couldn't add back. There were a lot of things I couldn't eat. So I went to the doctor to figure out what was going on. I found out I had celiac, had leaky gut. I was had metabolic disorder. Like I had so many things. I was borderline diabetic. I was about to be on cholesterol medicine and high blood pressure. Like everything was like crumbling really quickly. And so I had to make choices. There was not a choice that I had. I could go on a bunch of medicine because they're sitting there just as quick as they can, writing all these prescriptions, or I could change the way I was doing things. So I chose to change me. I changed the things I was eating, the things I was doing. In this same time, I had children who were suffering from a lot of different issues as well. Did not want to have to go through that with them because I'm like, maybe it's not really this. Maybe it's not the food. Maybe it's because they already can't have protein. They've got some other issues, metabolic issues that go on. I did not want to have to go there with them. But we've had to go there. And we've had to go through this painstaking process with them. And they're beginning to feel so much better. and life is looking up for them, and they're feeling like new little people, which is wonderful. And it's the most amazing thing ever, because when you go from this place of feeling like you really have no purpose whatsoever and you just really want to sit down and die, to I can move around, I can go outside and walk, I can do anything that I really want to do, and I feel good doing it. Then you realize that why in the world did I wait so long to make these decisions? Why did I not make these decisions earlier when I was younger, when I felt so horrible? Why did I not make these decisions? And so it ended up being such a eye-opening experience. All of this has been. So I've kind of like taken a step back over the last few months just to try to get my people in order and get them feeling good. And it has been just such an amazing experience. But I wanted to share some of the things that we have gone through, so hopefully you can see that there are changes that can be made. There are things you can do. It's extremely simple. I've got a very simple plan that I follow that has helped them, that has helped me. And if you want the plan, like, it's so simple, just send me a message. I will send you the little plan, like, so very easy. Now, I say it's easy. It's tiring, because you're going to have to think. I mean, it's not going to be easy in terms of, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, you're going to have to really make a conscious effort to say, okay, I'm not eating that sugar, because you're going to have to get off of sugar, dairy, and gluten. And you're going to have to say, no, I can't have those things. But I promise you, when you do that, you're going to feel like an amazing person. And once you get through the first couple of weeks, it's like, oh, wow, this is not so bad. I promise you. And you get to where you don't even care anymore, which is an amazing place to be. So let me know if you would like to learn more and you'd like to know more. We can get you the information that you need. And I will give you a list of all the supplements that we take to help kind of make sure that we're getting all the nutrients that we need as well. Because when you're taking some stuff away, you're not going to have all the nutrients that need to be there as well, because you're taking some stuff back. But when you're supplements, you need to make sure that it's things that are good quality things that don't have any chemicals or any extra additives of any kind. You want it to be extremely pure. You don't want any nasty stuff. So we're going to make sure that those things are not there as well. So let me know if you were interested in learning more about this, and I will shoot you over all of the information. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.